Tonight on Takeover TV. The final sexy show in the series made by the viewers for the viewers. We'll be divulging why these undies are bulging. Conclusive proof that all redheads are psychotic. The lawnmower of death, his ass is grass. And why it's a bitch to live in Babylon.
Wake up this morning. Before me get time even to wipe the mat out of me eye, me hear the letterbox flap.
Over television. Over television. Over television.
Presenting the show this week, Take It Over, Adam Buxton.
Hello, and welcome to the last in the present series of Takeover TV, the show that lets you pillage the global village. This week, as well as the usual unpredictable selection of challenging and innovative video clips sent in by real members of the public, we'll be taking the odd look at the impact that Takeover TV has had over the last 8 groundbreaking, mold-smashing weeks. But now, let's have a look and see what you've been doing with the most powerful communications medium known to man.
Bin those boxers, drop those drawers. Super pants are out. This special built-in zipper gives instant relief. Shape up and zip up with super pants. Don't get caught out.
Bloody funky, let's rock. Yeah!
Yeah, I'm on the cheese, but I ain't salami. Don't get eggy around with me. I'll burn your eggs and if you fuck with me. You got my own little band in the police hotel. A doormat and they bid and a cute little bell. Yo, what's up, man? Yo, what's up? You want a hot chocolate? Let me hook you up.
Bloody no, Rupert. You can see without the clothes on these crackers. Give me it. Give it. Give it. Give it. Give it. Sure.
One more ingredient, and my animating fluid will be complete.
Oh my God, what's formula? No. Oh my God, that formula works. It's moving.
You're right, mate. Wake up! Wake up! Oh my God!
But late in the 17th century, there was a girl born here, and she was known as Martha Ivy. But she had special healing powers. She could cure ringworms, warts, or any ailments that there was going. This field just behind me here now, this is the field that Mother Ivy's cursed. And how this come around was, there was that many fish caught here at the cellars that they didn't know what to do with them. So they decided they'd bring them to this field and plough them down for fertilizer. And when Mother Ivy was walking along here, she was going to pick a few fish up for her friends and herself. But Squire Peter said, no one's to touch the fish. And she was very cross and upset. And she put a curse on the field, and she said, soon's the plough start, the oldest son will die. And that's exactly what did happen. And since that day, everybody that tried to plough the field has met the same fate. And this is why, to this present day, you see the field in grass, because no one dare plough it, never, ever.
Hello. I want to be a sex object. I don't want to be a sex object. No.
Good evening. Several weeks ago, I was informed by my son that a television video movie which he had submitted to the program Takeover Television was going to be shown on the television. I duly tuned in, keen to support his creative endeavors. I'm sorry to say that what I saw was nothing more than thinly veiled pornography, clumsily crafted knicker filler, if you will, mawkish and infantile, appallingly indulgent, betraying an emotional stultification without precedent. Here is a perfect example.
Do you have VD? Are you worried? Scared? Do you feel there's someone you wish you could turn to? Nah!
I looked at my wife's eyes. I said, am I the first? She said, your face does look familiar. I said, will you nibble my ears? She said, you should have told me before I took my teeth out. I said, will you learn to love me? She said, I learned to love all the others. I said, will you love me always? She said, yeah, which way first? I said, have you ever slept with another man? She said, never slept. I said, when we make love for the first time, will you yell? She said, yeah, what do you want me to yell? We made love for 3 hours. I was exhausted. Near the end, I said, darling, is there something wrong? She said, why? I said, you moved a little bit just now. I said, would you like the bridal suite? She said, no, hold on to my ears. And we were up all night waiting for our sexual relations. Red's charity, God bless you. Everywhere I go, there's laughter.
This was me 1 year ago. Now long years back, where do I go? I created this kitchen homebrew formula. Mix an egg with 2 spoons of chili powder, some vinegar and mix to a paste. Apply, rinse, and after 3 weeks, wow, it's amazing. I look like a model in the hair ad.
How did you do that? Oh my God. That hair, that's red. She's absolutely fantastic.
for being aggressive, angry, hot-headed and very bad-tempered. But is it fact or fiction?
Well, I reckon they'd be really boring, but I don't know any. Well, they're usually subdued and wouldn't say boo to a goose.
Well, my wife's one, and she's lovely. Nobody move!
Laboratoriet heeft schon das Rettet Akfett Nummers Divers. Dankeschön.
And there we have it, a conclusive view that red-haired people are in fact very gentle, easygoing, placid sort of people, and not the aggressive, angry type that most people think we are.
No, we didn't catch that. I think battery was low.
Pete, you're joking. We've been doing this for 3 hours. It's pouring with rain.
It's not a problem.
You drive me absolutely mad.
There follows examples of defective number plates collected on just 2 Sunday mornings in southwest Dublin. Number plate? Sure, haven't I spent enough on the car without that? I'll put them back when I finish spraying it. Well, it's half on, isn't it? You should see the other fella. Anyway, there's one at the back. Now we see lots of different colours and letter styles. Now various ways of making the number faint. And the faintest of all.
I like paintings, you know, nice paintings by nice people. And paintings of nice people as well. I feel like that, you know, Nancy Kaminsky and Rolf Harris were two of the most underrated painters of, you know, possibly this century. People say, Billy, you look possessed, you know. You look a bit crazy, but, you know, some people take years, you know. They take years over a painting, you know. I couldn't do that, no. No. I like to get them out of the way within, you know, a day or a couple of hours sometimes.
Painting is life, and my life is painting.
In future, I'd like to be, you know, known as a great working class artist, you know. A man that came up from Bacon Factory.
Hello, I'm Mark Tubes.
And I am Trevelyan Pompersnot.
Tonight on Street Level, we look at Takeover TV, Channel 4's new Access programme. Trevelyan, we'll start with you. What did you make of the show?
Yes, well, I didn't watch it. Did you?
No.
Oh, darn, and I've got a date. Wait, find an odd sock, slip it off, slip it on. Now look, it's gone. Your date will never know.
The story begins in 1942 when a band of genetic scientists working in secret found that if they took the ovum from a Communal Garden diesel train and added to it the sperm from a Black & Decker industrial pile driver, they could genetically engineer a brand new species of vehicle, which they called the test tube train. They survived in the sewers and bred and bred and grew until they were at least big, if not large. And they carved an enormous network of channels underneath London, which you today know as the district and metropolitan lines. But you humans discovered that they had one weakness: electricity, and that is why they are held captive miles underground by the use of electric cables. What if some maniac had found a way of turning off the electricity that holds them captive? Tube trains of London, unite! You have nothing to lose but your rails and a few chocolate vending machines that don't work anyway. But wait! What are you doing? I'm your leader. I set you free!
I want to be celibate. want to fuck. A lot. I want to bop till I drop. I want a deep, meaningful relationship with no ties. I want to be a man. No, I don't. No, I don't really. No. I wouldn't mind being Greta Garbo, though, or Captain Sensible. I want to be a prostitute. I want to be a grandmother, but I don't want to be a mother. I want to be a snail, because snails carry their houses on their backs, and when they find their perfect partner, the problems of cohabiting in the 20th century never arises. God damn it. I want to be a sex object.
Suggestions of who they'd like to be for the day. Now I'd like to introduce you to one of those viewers, Tamsin Stone.
Hi.
Tammy, hi.
Hi.
Tell us, who would you like to be for the day?
Well, Ellie, a lot of people have told me I do bear an uncanny resemblance to, you've guessed it, Cher.
Really? In what respect?
Well, in my personality, my looks, my charisma, and my total well-being.
Who's been telling you this?
Well, the other week, whilst chasing my favourite Cher Total Workout Body Experience video, I was literally swamped. People honestly believed I was Cher, incognito.
Tammy, now I find that very difficult to believe.
Well, Ellie, I find it difficult to believe that you're not, in fact, Joanna Lumley.
Really? Let's say I've got more of the Eureka Johnson about me. Yes, well, anyway, join us after the break when I'll have performed one of my magical makeovers on Tammy here. Ciao for now.
Don't let the Takeover TV cult craze leave you behind. With TTV merchandise, you can all stand out from the crowd as the kind of idiosyncratic loony bar that people want to know. Try the Takeover TV black hooded top or woolly hat, both handcrafted by rappers from the mean streets of LA. And there's the Takeover TV mug, marmalade, and fruit. And of course, the Takeover TV cake over TV. Send off for our catalogue now, but be warned, watch out for phony fake over TV merchandise. We'll be back after these words.
Coming up in part 2, Death Kick Punch Kill with King Yahtzee.
You will run out of animation before I die!
Shampoo fans in a lather.
The security guard got a little bit upset when I was filming him and told me to put the effing camera away or he's going to smash it up.
And why it's a bitch to live in Babylon.
There's nothing in my purse, and the only asset is your mother child.
Hello, my name's Louise. I'm Takeover TV's #1 fan. I used to be #1 fan of Star Trek, but I stopped because the police made me stop writing letters to Lieutenant Uhuru, who I loved. Now I've got all Takeover TV merchandise and Takeover all the shows on tape. and I've learnt the words to all them shows. Whoosh, whoosh, ski to the left, whoosh, whoosh, ski to the right. That's the ski song from programme 3. I have all the numbers of the people involved with the show, and I ring them a lot. I submitted a tape of myself hurting me with tools, but they didn't show it, and instead I'm doing this. Here's the clip.
A Roman helmet. A lovely cow. A delicious donut. A pair of glasses. A map of Great Britain and Ireland. The Isle of Wight. A stained glass window. 2 birds. A fine moustache. The Bermuda Triangle. Nothing. A working telephone.
Since matches were first sold in 1827, someone has collected labels. They are still collected today, even though the match industry is in decline. The Blue Stallion label from the Norfolk Match Company in London in the late 60s, you have your box label, your dozen label, and your gross label. I regret to say that the forgeries do exist, although labels are not collected for their value, they're collected for the fun that it gives people. Various designs of a bell label, different contents, half dozen packets, dozen packets, including an Indian imitation. Not a forgery, but an imitation. It's unlikely that a collector will ever get every label that's issued, but that's part of the fascination of the hobby, the thrill of the chase. Since Bryant & May closed their factory in Liverpool last December, that now means that all matches are imported into this country. But I don't think the hobby will ever die, because somebody will always want the box that contains the humble match.
It's a bitch to live in a Babylon. It's a bitch. It's a bitch to live in a Babylon. It's a bitch. It's a bitch. It's a bitch. It's a bitch. Wake up this morning. Before me get time even to wipe the mat out of me eye, me hear the letterbox flap. Me say, hey, I wonder what that now. So me run go look. See the brown envelope on the mat. Final warning from the gas board. Pay up or face disconnection with a hefty reconnection charge. It is a bitch to live in a Babylon when nothing in my purse and the only asset is a monthly travel card. So me just put it with the rest of brown envelopes.
Oh, and she looks wonderful. Now, I'd like to take you through just a couple of the things that I did do with Tammy. Now, obviously, we don't have the specialist knives available to perform plastic surgery, but I did find a rather cunning substitute with this sellotape here. If you just have a look, you can still get the Cupid bow effect on the lips with sellotape, so you might like to try that at home. Anyway, I'm sure you'll agree, she looks stunning. Tammy, what do you think of your new look? Well, she may look remarkably like Cher, but I certainly don't think she's going to have any hit singles.
My family's all so squalid. I'm trying to put it behind me. Real, typical, working-class Scottish. Da beats ma, drinks it off. I couldn't stomach it, banging doors, turning my music up top blast. I told my ma years ago she'd rather I murdered somebody than that. She wasn't joking either. Nobody gets hurt. It's not for the image even. I'm just dead childish. Mascara I like. Rouge. Putting it on after powder. I love wearing lots of layers. My ma always dresses boring. No frills. See, at Christmas, I had on black stockings Santa would kill for, and even Quentin Crisp would look drab beside my beautiful feather boa. Bright, fucking red. My ma didn't touch her turkey. Finally, she said, "What did I do? I know what they call you, transvite. You look a bloody mess, you do." She had a black eye, a navy dress.
I'm finding out what love is all about. And every day when school lets out, I see my baby, I go weak in the knees. There's nothing shaking but the leaves on the trees. My pappy told me there'd be times like these. There's nothing shaking but the leaves on the trees. We leave the gang hut, go to Rockin' Joe's. The cats are stomping on their heels and toes. I grab my baby, try to give her a squeeze. There's nothing shaking but the leaves on the trees. Oh, I must she be such a doggone tease. There's nothing shaking but the leaves on the trees.
Hip line, dick line, crotchless, knicker line. That's the Knickers song from Programme 1.
Tell me, what programs on television did you watch before Takeover TV?
Star Trek and... Star Trek.
Do you have any friends?
No. Yes, the people who work on Takeover TV.
Now, how do you know they are your friends?
They wrote me a letter.
I think we should have a closer look at this thing you call Takeover TV.
Now, to demonstrate, Yahtzee, I must find an effective opponent. In search of my opponents. Is he here? Perhaps here. Maybe here again. On the roof, I will find him and kill him because I am King Yahtzee. You have guns, do you? They are no match for meditation. You will run out of ammunition before I die. They have loaded weapons. I must run. Let's get him. Let's get him. Let's get him away. Get the geek in the pajamas. Don't call me a geek! I have landed sternly yet again. I will get you later, you fools! But first of all... Oh, excuse me, ladies.
This is Andrew.
And that's Paul.
And we're Atalanta!
And for your musical and televisual benefit, we shall be interviewing Shampoo.
Down the Camden Palace.
Very quite marvellous, really, because they're very glamorous. We've got our shampoo questions, we've got our shampoo cards. We're going to see shampoo, and so will you, if you give us about 30 seconds. So we'll catch up with you, well, next scene.
7 minutes to wait for the tube. We just missed the last one. And not only have we not got shampoo, we've got some crap busker in the background that wants us to pay him money. Ha! Think not, I say. Shampoo is all I need. Any minute now.
Well, here we are, we're well and truly on our way. And, you know, I'm just beside myself with excitement. I can't wait to see the blonde-haired teenage Terminators.
This is Peter. Peter's our black cab taxi driver, and he's taken us to see Shampoo.
It's Ray.
Sorry.
Bus red.
It's glamour all the way, you see. It's like a shiny black taxi cab, you know, just getting down there, just being flash.
Barbie and Ken I had in fact the other day.
Did you?
Did ya?
They come out of Hamleys all done up.
Barbie and Ken, bloody hell. Have you had anyone worthwhile, like shampoo? What place is this? Is this Camden Palace? Well, here would be good.
Here we are. That'll be 14 grand.
14 pound? Right, I'll get out.
I'll be in there. I'll be in there in a few minutes. What's this?
Get that thing off of me, please.
Okay, here we are in the toilets, and how did we get in here? Unfortunately, the security guard got a little bit upset when I was filming him and told me to put the effing camera away or he's going to smash it up. However, Andrew's a little bit upset, so he seems to have left me in the toilet on my own.
Just found out that Shampoo, in fact, aren't playing because I believe Cabby has maybe got a sore throat. And to think that I've come all this way for nothing. And you know who is playing? It's not Shampoo. No, I'll tell you who it is. It's Blessed Ethel. Not glamorous, are they?
Oh, and do you remember...
That goes half out.
And do you remember the highly esteemed Goon Show?
Oh, yeah. How? I remember the Goon Show. Wow. Do you remember the Goon Show, Bottle?
Thanks. Yes, I do.
Do you remember the good old stars of the past?
And as to where we'll find the Comet Swift Tuttle in the year 2106, well, you simply won't be able to miss it. Good night.
That's not the sort of star I mean.
Oh, you mean something like perhaps Groucho Marx in the Phantom of the Opera?
I think you'll find it was Night of the Opera.
Why, she's a treat, Chickalina, a yard treat. I'll have a double scotch.
Oh, you know, I think you're right. Yeah, I think it was better in the old days, better than now.
I don't know why we pay our television licence fee.
Well, we don't, do we? That's why we're sitting here looking at this bunch of flowers.
Pretty, though.
Colourful.
Full of tradition.
Not much plot, though.
You're right, there's not much plot.
This next offering that we have for you is by the Hungarian director, Samuel Slimanana, and it's entitled simply Antlered Monsters. See what you think. Are we waiting for him to catch up again? Well, couldn't we get one that does it a bit faster? Because this is embarrassing. No, I don't believe it. He's doing the sign language for this, for me complaining about him.
Enjoy life. Eat what you want. Make love to who you want. And be who you want to be.
Cause this kind of heavy passion always sets my heart to rushing. I'm on the go. I am always in demand, and I know it does no harm. I won't say no. Tonight I'll find myself a lover boy. I will be full of joy the whole night through. There's nothing else that now I want to know when I am on the go the whole night through. Upturns, farms, and mouth have brought me much bliss and happiness. Tonight I'll find myself a lover boy. I will be full of joy the whole night through. Heute Abend sag ich mir viel Liebe ein. Heute will ich glücklich sein die ganze Nacht.
Just don't cry about love. Because there is always somebody else just around the corner.
And so we come to the end of the first series of Takeover TV. Over the last 8 weeks, we've witnessed the birth of a new generation of media-literate video activists, snowboarding the cyber surf with a knowing wink and a cheeky nod. Armed only with camcorders, they have wrested the awesome power of television from the corporations and given it back to the people in a bloodless coup that will be remembered for a while. And yes, we've had some fun along the way too. But though the battle may be won, the war is still raging. So get focused, recharge those batteries, make sure you're not taping over your cousin's wedding, and together will take over TV. Was that okay? So, are they going to have a lot of tits in the second series?
Only you, mate.
There's a place that's outside time, ridiculous, it's so sublime. It's there for whoever it suits, a garden of forbidden fruits, a temple of ultimate delight, with devils dancing in the night. If satisfaction is your aim, to step inside and play a game. Oh, Paula,
On this series of Takeover TV, you've bared your soul, you've bared your breasts, you've bared your bottoms. But don't stop now, because we may be back sooner than you think. Send your tapes or write for details to Takeover TV, PO Box 4089, London, SW17.